Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some breaking news coming out here for you, but right before we get into that, I want to apologize for being a little late today. I had some personal things I had to take care of, but we got it all done and now we're here. So let's get right into this story. We're going to be talking about Benjamin Netanyahu, the International Criminal Court, and the IDF. Okay, so I put out a video in the last week or so talking about the International Criminal Court, The Hague, potentially issuing arrest warrants for Netanyahu, the prime minister that you see here on your screen, the prime minister of Israel, along with multiple members of his cabinet and also several members of the IDF, okay, probably top officials of the IDF. And supposedly these arrest warrants were going to be issued soon in regards to like crimes against humanity, genocide charges, whatever it might be, bad things going on in the Gaza Strip. Okay, we know what's going on there. I don't really have to explain that. So we've got more information here now that Netanyahu's coming out and saying that international criminal court rulings will not affect Israel, but will create a dangerous precedent. In other words, he's vowing to not comply to any orders of the ICC. So if the ICC comes out and issues arrest warrants for Netanyahu, let's say, I don't know, Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, Ben Gvir, let's say lots of top people, officials in the Israeli government, and then let's say Herzi Halevi, the IDF chief, and multiple other top officials of the IDF. If they all get arrest warrants, he will protect everybody and say no one's getting arrested, no one will, they will not comply with the arrest orders or anything like that. I'm not sure how they could go about doing that. But he said it would create a dangerous precedent. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what he means by that. But definitely it will create some instability within the country, that's for sure. And we do know right now there are mass protests that have been going on for well over a week now, maybe 2 weeks or longer. Massive protests in Israel calling for Netanyahu to resign. Okay, so this is all during a time where the IDF is about to go into Rafah here pretty soon. They were just engaging with Iran recently. So yeah, definitely Israel's on some shaky ground here. And if these ICC rulings come up pretty soon, it's going to create even more shaky ground. So let me show you real quick here on X. This is from Benjamin Netanyahu's directly from his own page, his personal page, okay, on X. So he posted here, under my leadership, Israel will not accept any attempt by the ICC to undermine its inherent right of self-defense. The threat to seize the soldiers and officials in the Middle East's only democracy and the world's only Jewish state is outrageous. We will not bow to it. Israel will continue to wage to victory our just war against genocidal terrorists, and we will never stop defending ourselves. While the ICC will not affect Israel's actions, it would set a dangerous precedent that threatens the soldiers and officials of all democracies fighting savage terrorism and wanton aggression. Okay, so he's very serious about this. Okay, if they try to issue any kind of arrest warrants or anything like that, or a ceasefire or something like that, most likely it'd be arrest warrants, they will not comply. Okay, they will not comply to any court orders at all. And he said it'll create a dangerous precedent. So I'm not sure exactly what that will entail, what would happen there. But we can only speculate at this point. But either way, we know it will create some turmoil within the country. So let's take a look at this as well on the Times of Israel. ICC rulings won't affect Israel, but will create dangerous precedent, Netanyahu says. Okay, and it goes on to say here, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Friday that any decisions by the International Criminal Court, which is investigating Hamas's October 7th attacks and Israel's ground invasion of Gaza, would not affect Israel's actions but would set a dangerous precedent. Under my leadership, Israel will never accept any attempt by the International Criminal Court in The Hague to undermine its basic right to defend itself, Netanyahu said in a statement on Telegram. While decisions made by the court in The Hague will not affect Israel's actions, they will set a dangerous precedent that threatens soldiers and public figures, he said. One of Israel's leading television news outlets, Channel 12, reported that last week that Israel was increasingly worried by the possibility that the ICC would issue arrest warrants against Netanyahu and other top officials for alleged violations of international law in Gaza. The report said that Prime Minister's office held an emergency discussion on the issue. A government spokesperson did not immediately respond to the questions on the Channel 12 report or its details. So that's the video that I did right there. When they were holding an emergency discussion, I covered this just in the last week, less than a week, I want to say, talking about that. And yeah, they held an emergency meeting to decide what they were going to do, how were they going to respond to this, because most likely these arrest warrants are coming, okay? If it's been announced that they're in the works of doing so, and now we've got the Israeli government coming out and saying that they're not going to abide to any ICC rulings, anything like that, arrest warrants. That's how we know most likely this is coming. So this is going to get very interesting in Israel here very soon. Israel is not a member of the court based in The Hague and does not recognize its jurisdiction, but the Palestinian territories were admitted as a member state in 2015. ICC Chief Prosecutor Karim Khan said in October that the court had jurisdiction over any potential war crimes carried out by Hamas terrorists in Israel and by Israelis in the Gaza Strip. Khan has said his team is actively investigating any crimes allegedly committed in Gaza and that those who are in breach of the law will be held accountable. So what do we know what's going on in Gaza right now? Lots of innocent people being killed, continuously being killed every single day. Famine, okay? People are displaced, living in tents. They've got nowhere to go. Their homes have been destroyed. There's barely any food. Sorry about the pop-up. This website always has that pop-up there. You know, there's lots of issues in the Gaza Strip. And I'm sure the ICC will investigate and find something, okay? They will find some sort of thing to pin on Netanyahu, and this whole thing may backfire on them, okay? I understand that they're going after Hamas and feeling like they need to do what they need to do to defend their country, especially when they came under attack last October. But it's obviously a very controversial topic, okay? Some people feel one way, some people feel the other. But at the end of the day, the ICC may issue these arrest warrants, and if he's saying that they're not going to comply, it's going to get very interesting, okay? What can the ICC do if, you know, the Israeli government chooses not to abide to these laws? What will happen? Will we see some sort of private citizen's arrest attempt or something, or maybe one of the government officials that maybe want to go against Netanyahu, maybe they will try to issue some sort of arrest. I don't know. I'm not sure what will happen. But regardless, I think what we're going to see is some turmoil here very soon in the country of Israel. Should the ICC issue these arrest warrants, or maybe not? Who knows? Maybe they'll just be announced that these arrest warrants are out there, and then it'll kind of just be like ignored. But we'll have to see how the ICC is able to enforce that, assuming that Netanyahu goes forward and doesn't comply with these orders. So let me know what you think down below. This is just another update regarding this whole arrest warrant situation coming from the ICC. So let me know what you think down below in the comment section. That's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this update, please smash that like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.